Friday night football, 24th year. Our next speaker is a Tulane graduate. He serves as Executive Associate Athletic Director in the Green Wave Athletic Department. Prior to coming home, he worked in athletic administration at Kansas and Princeton, and also worked in Hawaii. Tulane, of course, opens its football season on Thursday night at home at Yeoman Stadium, just after 8:30, against a very good Duke team from the ACC. Hope you'll get out to see the Green Wave play in what should be a very good game. Please give a warm Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club welcome to Brandon Macneill of Tulane University. Brandon?
Thank you very, very much for having me today. Ken, thanks for all you do. And Jay, your group and your sponsorship. This is a fantastic event. This is my first time here, but it will not be my last time. This is a wonderful venue. I feel honored to be up here with these guys. I'm the fallback. My boss, Rick Dixon, he's actually in New York City today. He's doing what he does best, and he's closing out, hopefully, another lovely gift that we can be announcing shortly. But I'm thrilled to be here, and just wanted to touch briefly about sort of the state of the union for Tulane athletics, and then, of course, our upcoming season. The last time I was here, I want to say it was probably about 5 years ago, and I was reflecting on that last night and realized what I talked about then. And a couple of the themes, one was conference realignment at the time. It was a little bit of a hectic time in our industry, and Conference USA was getting picked apart a little bit. And there was concern, where's Tulane going to fall in this mix? And we're more of a school that sort of does things on the down low. We're making the calls, we're doing what we need to do, but we're not, as I said, shouting from the rooftops, we need to be here, we need to be there. Well, could not be happier to where we are now. We're in the American Athletic Conference, and for us, it's been a tremendous move. All of our teams have benefited in recruiting and exposure almost immediately. In fact, until last year, the decade before, we were on national TV 27 times. Last year, we were on national TV 60 times. So, for a school like Tulane, with 80% of our alums not here, we're trying to grow that number, get it higher. But that's just been fantastic. You know, a Saturday in New York City, there's an LSU bar to go watch the game. Well, now there's a Tulane bar, and so it's been a great thing for our entire institution. The next thing that we talked about was our home. And while the Superdome, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, is fantastic, we knew it wasn't the right size for us. And with the incredible support of many here in this room, first NBC, Mr. Benson, of course, tremendous donors, tremendous sponsors, we were able to make that dream a reality. And we opened Yeoman Stadium last year, and I'm very pleased to announce that on Monday, we publicly announced that we finished funding, 100% privately funded, that stadium. Yeah, thank you. And so those two things were really the whole crux of everything we were talking about 5 years ago. And so now that's done. And so, well, now what's next? Well, there's still a lot of work to be done. We're with this 10th year of Katrina, and it's been an amazing week, a very emotional week. But we're not done celebrating that. Our guys will be wearing patches on their jerseys this year. In fact, all of our teams will be honoring that year. It was a very trying year for everybody, but for our student athletes, we lost 8 programs for a while. We're now back to full strength. And at homecoming, the night before, we're inducting into the Hall of Fame the entire roster of that 2005-06 class. All 308 student athletes. And through the Billy Slayton Award. Thank you. And that's for service to Tulane above and beyond. And so that's where we're inducting them. And the coolest thing so far is the entire women's soccer program we don't have yet, maybe someday, is all coming back. You know, they're all coming back to this thing. And so that's been special. So we had the opening of Yeoman Stadium last year. It was a great success, operationally speaking. There are certain things that we needed to do some upgrades that we had to do. If you watch some of the games on TV, which I hope you did, because like I said, they're all national TV now, the angle from the press box was not the greatest to watch. And so we've actually flipped the TV production to the other side on top of Wesco. So the angle now will be much higher. That had little unintended consequences for some of our sponsors and naming rights. So we've added ribbon boards along the east sideline. So that'll really good. The other nice thing is that side's always packed, because there's nowhere to go inside and eat and drink, so it'll look really good on TV. So we've also got more food options, more parking options, tickets as low as $10 on Thursday night for youth, although it's 8:30 at night. So maybe not so many youth will be coming out, but just keep them home on Friday. It's a long weekend, no biggie. So real quick, just talk about our season. We're going into CJ's fourth year, and he'd say it, I'd say it, Rick Dixon would say it. We'd be disappointed if we don't go to a bowl game this year. You know, we're still very young, but this coming year, we're only starting one freshman. One redshirt freshman. I think last year we had 15 or 20 freshmen start a game. And so while we're still very, very young, we're more experienced. And our talent level has increased dramatically. We're no longer at the bottom of this league. We caught up quick. And a main reason to that is CJ. And his, so thank you for him too. And his philosophy has been, and thank you, sir. His philosophy has been what you just said. Louisiana will take a backseat to anybody in terms of football. And we wanted to make this the state of Tulane. We wanted to make this cool. We wanted to take what CJ was at Miami when they were winning national championships, a highly academic private institution with a lot of talent in the area. Hopefully we don't have everything like that, but we get some of the wins. And so when I first got here, we may have had 15-20% of our roster from Louisiana. I'm just going to list a couple of names right now who I think are going to be some of the impact players, and just tell you a little bit about our team. First of all, as you know, we play Duke on Thursday night, and Joe mentioned that he's a heck of a coach that they've got over there, and he is, Dave Cullen. I asked him, did you hire him? He said, yes, I did. They have had a great run. They're 19-5 over the last two regular seasons, 9-1 on the road. They won a division title in the ACC. They're a legit team. They're not the Duke that you think of. They're a legit deep team now. But they did lose some big pieces. They've got a new starting quarterback. They've lost their two top receivers. They're still very good, but they're coming. They're starting 9:30 Eastern for them on the road. Those schools aren't used to starting the seasons on the road. So we're really excited to see them. As I mentioned, we have one starting freshman, Donnie Lewis, and here's where I'm going to start saying some things. Baton Rouge. Our quarterback, Tanner Lee, Jesuit. He's from Destrehan. He went through some growing pains last year, but everyone will tell you this guy is an NFL prospect. He's got the build, he's got the brain, and this is the first time we've had a quarterback start for more than one season in a row during CJ's time. So we took our lumps and we learned. You can't teach experience. Our offensive line is huge. These guys are monsters. They can go against anybody, and they're going to open up some holes. And probably our biggest strength this year are running backs, and by committee, Sherman Beatty, one of yours, thank you, from Metairie, Lizedrick Thompson, Laplace, Dontrell Hilliard, Baton Rouge, Rob Kelly, New Orleans, and then we got this little sneaky kid that CJ keeps raving about, Devin Jet Glenn. You probably couldn't even see him here if he was here, but he whoop, whoop, whoop. So hopefully we'll get him involved in there as well. One more thing to say thank you. We took your playbook, but we had to cut it down a lot because it was a little too complicated. But we're going to have the tight ends. We got a really good one, Charles Jones, New Orleans. Our wide receivers, important for your quarterback to have a good year if the receivers are where they're supposed to be. And we're still young, but there's a lot of talent out there. Teddy Veal, West Jeff, Taryn Encolite, Bell Chase, and Devin Bro, Donaldsonville. Devin Bro is an Olympic caliber long jumper. So after football is over, he's really going to focus on that. But I think for him, it's easier to catch the ball if it's like almost impossible to catch, because he'll go up and grab it. And then our defense really has been our bread and butter over the last few years. And that's going to continue to be really, really strong. We lost 2 guys to the NFL draft. We lost a junior, which is very rare for us. But we're excited for that. But Perry Nickerson, Algiers, he led the team in 6 picks last year, and he's back. Very opportunistic defense. Our linebacking core, we got big old Eric Thomas in the middle. He's a beast. And we got the little guy, Nico Marley. So this is a Florida guy. He's the only one so far not from here. But this guy is amazing. He plays just like his dad, if you remember his dad Rowan at Miami back in the day. Our defensive line with Roy LaFrance from Harvey. And then another one, we got Ade Aruna from Nigeria. Came to Indiana for prep school, got recruited to play basketball at the University of Indiana. We got him. So he's still very raw, but he is huge. So that's 2 guys I mentioned not from Louisiana. So that's really the makeup of the team now. We are Louisiana strong, and it's becoming cool. And these kids are recruiting their classmates. And with the help of the amazing high school coaches that we have here, the help of the amazing donors and supporters that we've got to be able to bring this stadium on campus and in this new league we're in, it's really beginning to snowball. So we're still young, but we're not inexperienced. So we play Friday, and we play Thursday night against Duke, 8:30 p.m. Rockin' Doopsy is playing a little pregame tailgate, so join us for that. And I'm happy to answer any questions, but thank you all for your support. And I know a lot of the people in this room have bought tickets and come out, so please continue to do so.
Question, raise your hand, anybody?